Hi there, everyone. It's Anthony, and would you believe it? It's time for another reaction to The Walking Dead. So, this is season 1, episode 5, WildFire. And after the way that the last episode ended, you can better believe that I'm really excited to see what's about to happen now. Last episode, it was all sorts of unexpected deaths and just craziness at the end of the episode when we still don't even know where Merle is. So I'm just looking forward to seeing where exactly they're going to take us from here. This one being called WildFire, that also makes it sound like something crazy might be about to happen in this episode too. Because wildfires tend to be pretty crazy, or they can just describe something crazy. So let's go ahead and get into it, man. I'm really excited. The Walking Dead, season 1, episode 5, WildFire.
Watch yourself. Morgan, take care of your boy. I'll try again tomorrow at dawn.
All right, real quick, I just want to say I had almost forgotten about Morgan. Like, we haven't seen Morgan and Dwayne since episode 1. So this should be interesting. I hope that they make a return this episode. I'm looking forward to seeing what all is going on with them. So I hope that somehow Rick is able to get connected with them and they can join in on the fun with us. I don't know. This isn't really that fun for all of them, I'm pretty sure. Snap. It just got dark so quickly. Whoa. Alright then. Okay, well, yet another great episode from The Walking Dead. I probably rank this one as one of my favorites so far. I mean, I know it's only been 5, but I probably would rank this one above episodes 3 and 4 because I felt like this one felt like it was like stronger all the way through for the most part, even though it felt like a lot happened while not a lot happened at the same time, and I don't know how to describe that. This felt like a transitional episode in a way, but a really well done transitional episode, Like, it was mostly about the aftermath of everything that just happened at the end of Vatos. So it showed them burning the bodies, burying the bodies, trying to take care of all the dead, what's her name, having to kill her sister Amy. I can't remember her name, Andrea or whatnot, I think, having to kill her sister, and watch her as she laid there dead for so long. It was just a lot of dealing with the aftermath at the end of that last episode. Also, Rick and Shane's, tension about how things need to be handled. And, Shane being mad about the decision that Rick recently made in previous episodes. So this one felt like it was just, dealing with a lot of that stuff while then leading us into maybe what the next step for these people is. Because so far that camp had kind of been, our central sort of location of the series so far, not including episode 1. But now they're moving to the CDC, so, or at least a little bit. I don't know how long they'll be there. But yeah, this felt like a transitional episode in some ways in that way. It didn't feel like it was trying to introduce a lot of super crazy new stuff. It was just like really letting us get to know these characters even better. And also, of course, Jim did die, so once again, it was showing us nobody's safe on this show. And just when you thought that last episode they had killed enough people for now, at least, the very next episode they go and kill off Jim. And it was a much more prolonged ordeal rather than how the deaths happened last episode. So yeah, despite it being a transitional episode, or at least feeling like a transitional episode, I thought it was really good. I do want to talk about that last scene outside the CDC, and I feel like this was pretty intentional. Like, the way when they pulled up, I guess it was dusk or whatnot, it was starting to get darker, but it just seems like as they were waiting outside that door, it got dark so fast. It was just like, how, like, I guess when the sun is actually setting, if you really pay attention, you can notice it getting dark pretty quickly. I guess that's kind of like what this was. It just felt like the night was creeping in so fast, and it just felt like such a metaphor in a way, or some symbolism for how they were slowly losing hope and descending in kind of like these depths of darkness of having no hope at all. And that guy was just in the room looking at them. We know as an audience he's hoping for them to go away, and we're just like, uh-oh, things don't look good. But then he opens that door and then all the light comes in or whatnot. So that contrast between dark and light, I'm pretty sure that was something that intentional. So that was very good, direction, very good cinematography on their part. I thought, like, the way that, they really kind of sunk us in there. It was like with Rick's acting, you know, I forget the actor's name, but just the performance of Rick pleading, you know, everybody else getting scared, saying we need to go, you know, it just getting darker and darker. Like it was this real sense of like all hope is lost right now. We're losing hope. And then the light just comes in, and that last shot where the light was shining on them was like, I mean, it felt out of place, but in a good way. You know what I mean? Like it was like, whoa, like they just went. I don't know. It just felt very symbolic in a lot of ways. I don't know. So I thought that cinematography there was really good. And it even felt like in that last shot they kind of, I don't know, it slowed down the frame rate or something. Like it was just a little different. Yeah, it looks like in that last shot it was kind of slightly slow motion, and you know, it was filmed at a regular frame rate, so it's a little bit choppier. I don't know, but it just had a different feel to it. But it was cool though. You know what I mean? Like it almost felt like a fantasy in some way. Like wow, there's really hope now. So I just felt like all that came together and made a really strong close for this episode, especially considering how the last episode ended on an completely opposite note. It does feel like this whole thing with Shane and Rick is headed somewhere. I mean, Shane, he seems to be really conflicted still about Rick being back. I mean, I don't know if it's because he really likes Lori or whatever. He doesn't feel like Rick isn't appreciative for how he watched their family while Rick was gone. I mean, he really watched the family, if you know what I mean. I'm just playing. I mean, like, they thought Rick was dead, so. But anyway, you know, I mean, I don't know if he just doesn't think Rick is appreciative or what, but Shane was looking like he was about to kill Rick for a second there. Like, he was literally, you know, staring him down, like, through the scope or whatever of the gun. Like, he was considering it. I mean, I know it was also for dramatic effect for us as an audience, but I'm pretty sure he was considering it. He really wanted to do it. And I'm like, is it that serious? Like, do you realize how much worse that would make things? And also considering, speaking of worse things or things being worse, I feel like them acting like Rick leaving and all that made things so much worse. I don't know, man, because I feel like they still got back when the attack happened, and they had the guns, like Rick said. So I'm kind of on Rick's side. I'm not saying Rick is completely right. He can be kind of maybe short-sighted in some ways, you know, like, I mean, maybe kind of impulsive, but maybe that's not always a bad thing, you know what I mean? But at the same time, yeah, I felt like they got back when the attack was happening. The attack was going to happen either way. They had the guns then. Things probably would have been worse, but who knows? Maybe I just like Rick, so I'm just siding with him. I don't know, man. I can understand. I think what Lori said is true, though. Neither Rick nor Shane are completely wrong or right, you know? There's truth to both of them. Well, I should say neither are completely wrong. I don't know if I think Shane is right. Well, maybe, I don't know, man. He's somewhat right, maybe a little bit right. But still, yeah, man, I don't know. There's a lot going on here. I don't even know what else to say. Like, I just feel like this episode did a great job of bringing us, you know, to the series finale, not the series finale, but the season finale. This was a short season. I think it's because they weren't even sure if they were going to get a second season, right? And, like, I know there was some behind-the-scenes stuff and reasons for why this season is so short and whatnot, and I'm probably going to look into that towards the time I finish the season. And I'm sure all of that also, you know, should be taken into consideration when you consider everything that's happened this season, because they don't know what all they can and can't do and can't introduce, and they might have been trying to introduce things quicker than they would have otherwise, since they weren't sure if they were getting a second season or how long this was going. So I guess I'm just interested to see how they're going to close this all out just on this first season. It's been a very short season, so I just want to see, like, you know, where it's headed from here and then how that's going to relate to season 2. But I guess I'm getting ahead of myself now. For now, I'm just looking forward to this season finale. Can't wait to see what's going to happen at the CDC. Hopefully these characters at least see a little bit of improvement in their situation, circumstances for a little bit. We already know it's not going to last long. I'm sure these people have way worse stuff ahead of them. But, you know, this episode ended on a hopeful note, so I'm going to be hopeful right here and optimistic. So hopefully in the season finale, you know, we get some reason to feel happy for these people, you know. I don't know, that's all I gotta say, man. Comment down below, let me know what you thought about this episode. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more. Head on over to Patreon for the full uncut reactions to The Walking Dead way ahead of the schedule here on YouTube. And that's going to be it for now. I will see you all later. Have a good one.